Previously, we covered the core foundations. Now in part 2, we tackle solar flares. Explained. What actually happens? When the sun erupts. Part 2. When solar flares hit Earth, the real impact on our technology. When a solar flare erupts from the sun's surface, it doesn't just disappear into space. Those charged particles race towards Earth at millions of kilometers per hour. And when they arrive, they can turn our modern world upside down. Last episode, we explored how magnetic field lines on the sun twist and snap to create solar flares. Today's question: what actually happens when those solar particles slam into our planet? The answer lies in a cosmic battle between the sun's fury and Earth's magnetic shield, a battle that determines whether we see beautiful auroras or face billion-pound blackouts. The Magnetosphere Collision. Earth's magnetosphere acts like an invisible force field, deflecting most solar particles around our planet. But when a particularly strong solar flare arrives, what scientists call a coronal mass ejection, it can overwhelm this protective barrier. The collision creates what's known as a geomagnetic storm. Think of it like a cosmic traffic jam. Billions of charged particles suddenly find themselves squeezed into Earth's magnetic field lines, creating electrical currents in our upper atmosphere. These currents don't stay neatly contained in space. They induce corresponding currents here on the ground, and that's where our problems begin. Technology under attack. Our modern infrastructure wasn't designed to handle these invisible electrical surges. Power grids are particularly vulnerable because they act like giant antennas, picking up the fluctuating magnetic fields and converting them into unwanted electrical currents. In 1989, a geomagnetic storm knocked out Quebec's entire power grid in just 90 seconds, leaving 6 million people without electricity for 9 hours. The induced currents literally melted copper windings in transformers, damage that took months to repair. But it's not just power grids at risk. Satellites lose their ability to determine their precise position when GPS signals scatter off the ionized atmosphere. Airlines reroute polar flights because radio communications become unreliable. Even underground oil pipelines can experience dangerous corrosion from the induced currents flowing through the Earth itself. The Aurora Connection. Here's the fascinating part. The same geomagnetic storms that threaten our technology also create some of nature's most spectacular displays. Auroras occur when those solar particles, guided by Earth's magnetic field lines, collide with atmospheric gases near the poles. Oxygen produces green and red light, whilst nitrogen creates blue and purple hues. The intensity of the aurora directly correlates with the strength of the geomagnetic storm. A mild solar event might produce auroras visible only in northern Scotland, whilst a severe storm can push the aurora as far south as London, though it also significantly increased the risk of technological disruption. Predicting the impact. Scientists have developed a sophisticated early warning system using satellites positioned between Earth and the Sun. These spacecraft can detect incoming solar storms and provide roughly 30 minutes to 4 hours of advance notice, enough time to protect critical infrastructure. Power companies can temporarily shut down vulnerable equipment. Satellite operators can switch systems to safe mode. Airlines can adjust flight paths. But prediction isn't perfect, and the difference between a minor inconvenience and a major disaster often comes down to factors we're still learning to understand. The key variables include the strength of the solar flare, its magnetic orientation, and how it interacts with Earth's magnetic field at the moment of impact. Even small changes in these factors can mean the difference between spectacular auroras and widespread blackouts. Living with solar weather. As our world becomes increasingly dependent on electronic systems, understanding space weather becomes more critical. The next major solar maximum, when the sun's activity peaks, is expected around 2025, and scientists are working to ensure our infrastructure can withstand whatever the sun throws at us. The reality is that we live on a planet orbited by a star, and that star occasionally reminds us of its immense power. Solar flares aren't a distant threat. They're a regular feature of life in the solar system. Next episode, Part 3, was the next key question. If you found this breakdown of solar flares and Earth's magnetic defenses useful, consider subscribing for more clear explanations of how space science affects our daily lives. That is Part 2 of Solar Flares Explained: what actually happens when the sun erupts. In Part 3, we explore the next key question. Subscribe so you do not miss it.